Yo, what's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to a brand new season that's going to be dawning upon us in just a few days of the Go Battle League, where we were anxiously awaiting what the new moves were going to be, what the new move updates were going to be, and we have got our answers finally on Friday here, and we are going to get you all covered, see everything that's going on in this new Go Battle League season. So without further ado, I welcome you to the Go Battle League season of Might and Mastery. And there were a lot more updates than I was personally expecting. There was just, there was, I heard like zero whispers, zero anything on what was happening. So I was thinking there might only be like a few changes, but there are going to be a lot of changes, and it's going to be pretty exciting to see how it shakes up the meta. So we're going to just quickly skim through some of these things at the start here in terms of the league schedule. You can take a look. I think the Scroll Cup is a new meta we'll have, but a lot of the same leagues are going to be rotating through, and we see the 4-time Stardust from win rewards towards the end of the season. We have some details here on that, yada, 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 and some of the Pokemon that will be available as Go Battle League research rewards. Dreekby at expert rank is pretty cool. And then we go down even more, see some of the more Pokemon that'll be rewards. And this is all fine and dandy. This is the legend pose for the coming season. Looks kind of like Karate Kid, but it's mustard, the mustard pose. Who likes mustard? I'm always more of a ketchup guy. It's not often I use mustard on a burger or a hot dog, but I don't mind mustard. I don't have anything against mustard. And now we start to get to the new cups. Willpower we've already had. Gardevoir going to be banned. Scroll Cup going to be water fighting and dark type Pokemon. The following Pokemon will not be allowed. Primarina. Yeah, because, I mean, a Charm Primarina would just roll through this meta, so that makes sense. Master Premier, Spring Cup, Great League Remix, Retro Cup, updates to the combat system. The switch timer in Go Battle League will continue to be 50 seconds. This change will also continue to that trainer battles against friends. Team. Okay, so that's wait, that's kind of weird. So it says updates to the combat system, but and then they say it's staying the same. Okay, which maybe is foreshadowing it could change in the future to like 45 seconds. That'd be kind of crazy. Attack changes. Drum roll. This is where we get to the juicy stuff, the big stuff, the stuff we're interested in, the stuff that shakes up the meta. Here we go. Psyshock. Energy cost decrease. This immediately will be impactful. How much is it going to get decreased by? Things like Alolan Ninetales with Psyshock. And you know what? We might as well open up pvpoke.com here. PvPoke to, if we just like look at the Great League rankings right now, one thing you can do is at a move, and we can at Psyshock and see things that get it where it could be impactful. So these are all things that learn Psyshock that could be immediately impacted. Dazzling Gleam, energy cost decrease. So, and we'll see later on actually. So maybe I won't go back and forth just yet because things will also be getting these attacks. Dazzling Gleam, energy cost decrease. So the power also decrease, going to become a cheaper move, a move that you get to quicker. Aqua Jet. Okay. Aqua Jet with an energy cost decrease and a significant power increase. So Aqua Jet right now, who do we even... Oh, I said Aqua Tail. Aqua Jet. Interesting. So as of now, it's just Dugong and Golisopod. Those are the only meta-relevant things that have it. And you can also go to moves if you didn't know this on pvpoke.com. And you can see what a move stats are. So Aqua Jet right now is like pretty terrible. And I guess they're making it pretty dang solid with that change. Dynamic Punch, energy cost decrease. Dynamic Punch is already a solid attack, 50 energy for a solid base damage. So Dynamic Punch is going to be really good now. Let me take a look, actually. Dynamic Punch, 90 base damage for 50 energy. I mean, if we just sort and go down to 90 base damage moves, like, it's already solid. So it'll probably become a clone of like Fusion Bolt, Fusion Flare, which is really good. Really, really good. So Dynamic Punch, going to be really good. Sludge as well. Sludge to 70 power makes it go from a pretty bad move instantly to a pretty good move. Sludge. Look at that. 40 energy, 50 damage. Immediately, it goes to a pretty solid attack, and it would become a clone of what? Let's see. 70-40. Do we have a 70-40? We must. Like, that's seems pretty reasonable. I guess we don't have a 70-40? That's crazy. So it's like a better Psyshock, a better Magnet Bomb. A better Foul Play, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. A slightly worse Doom Desire. Okay. Doom Desire, like Jirachi's signature move. Hex, power increased and energy generation increased. This could also be significant. This will be interesting as well, because some Pokemon will... You'll have to decide, are you better off running Astonish? Are you better off running Hex? Now it'll become a choice. Right now, Astonish is so good. Hex will now be like a viable option as well for certain Pokemon like Drifbloom, like Dusknoir, we're going to see in a little bit. Acrobatics energy cost decrease, so that's significant. Jumpluff, going to benefit from that. Acrobatics already a very hard-hitting move. I mean, let's see if we can compare it. Sometimes this helps me as well understand, like, comparing it so we can understand what it's like. So 110 base damage is crazy. 60 energy. If it goes to 55, let's say. 110, 55. Do we have a move like that? Mega Horn. Okay. So it becomes like a Mega Horn potentially, which is a very hard-hitting move. Oops. Go back here. Air Cutter. Power decrease, energy cost decrease, chance to increase the user's attack by 1 stage. Interesting. I don't think we have a move like that. Which is always cool when we get move updates to create more unique moves rather than just kind of replicating clones of other moves. Rock Tomb, power increase, energy cost decrease, guarantee to lower the opponent. Wait, it already does that though. Guaranteed to lower the opposing Pokemon attack by 1 stage. So I wonder if this is a mistake and they said not, and they mean not to, like that gets removed, or if they're just clarifying that like it's keeping what it already does, because it already does this. So this is kind of confusing to me. But Rock Tomb, if this is accurate, like Rock Tomb just got a lot stronger. Watch out for Macargo, Claydol. Rollout does get a nerf. Now we see the nerfs. We've seen all buffs here, sort of. Some are like side grades, but now buffs are nerfs. Sorry. Rollout, I think, was just almost too strong of an attack. They almost had to nerf certain things so that rollout users were not too strong. For example, they nerfed Rock Slide, so like Dunsparce wasn't too strong. They nerfed Body Slam, so things like Miltank weren't too strong. So rollout damage gets nerfed. I think that's for the best. I think rollout was like pretty busted as a fast attack. Nightshade gets nerfed. Nightshade honestly wasn't even that overpowered in my opinion. I think it was more so Corsola's just so bulky. It was the combination of Corsola's bulk with Astonish Nightshade together. Like that made it so strong. So I don't know about this. Because Nightshade was only a Drill Run clone, right? And Nightshade, Drill Run, yeah. So like, I don't know. I feel like Nightshade wasn't necessarily what needed to be nerfed. But who knows? Anyway, Foul Play, 60 power. So damage decreased, energy cost also decreased. So this is gonna presumably make Foul Play a 40 energy move because it's currently 45. So if we go down to Foul Play, it's Currently 70-45. Now it's presumably going to be 60-40, which would be equivalent to like the buffed Thunder Punch, which is going to be significant for something like Sableye, right? Because Sableye now will get to foul play every 5 Shadow Claws, which is quite spammy. Discharge. Power decrease, energy cost decrease. So now people are speculating Discharge is going to become a clone of Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace, where are you? Where are you, Aerial Ace? Let me just search for you. I might have scrolled right over it. Aerial Ace 55-40. So yeah, I think people are speculating Discharge will now become a clone of Aerial Ace, which could be beneficial for something like Emolga. Now you get to discharge quicker, which could be very nice. And now, after the individual updates to the moves, we go to the attack availability updates. So these are Pokemon that are going to be learning new attacks now. And we start with Piloswine, Mamoswine, both learning Icicle Spear. This move was only known by Walrein as of now, right? If I go to Great League rankings, only Walrein had this move up till now, and now Piloswine and Mamoswine going to learn it. This could provide them with a nice bait attack, and now all of a sudden you can run like Mud Slap Mamoswine with Icicle Spear. That seems pretty dangerous, especially maybe in the higher leagues. And Piloswine, I guess you would run like Icicle Spear for a cheaper attack and pair it with maybe Stone Edge or something like that. Togetic will now learn the charge attack Psyshock. All 4 of these Pokemon learning Psyshock here. So Togekiss, Reuniclus. I don't know if that'll provide it much, but Bruxish the Fish. Remember, Psyshock did get buffed, less energy. And now here's where we get to some really interesting ones down here. Psywave being given to more Pokemon. Venomoth will learn Psywave. Lapras will learn Psywave. Lapras right here, one of the biggest winners of this move update. Lapras learning Psywave. Lapras is a very bulky Pokemon. If we go to the rankings, Lapras 242. Let's just have some fun here and show what you can do with some PvPoke simulations. If I do a Matrix battle, and what I'm going to do here is go to the Play Pokemon Championship Series meta, go Lapras with its current like standard move set. We can simulate, scroll over, see its win rate. 18-24. That's actually not that bad, honestly. 18-24, not that bad. What if we go custom, give Lapras Psywave? This will be pretty this will be pretty underwhelming if it's like worse. Boom. Oh my gosh. Look at all those blue matchup wins. Okay, immediately picks up multiple matchups. And you know what would be better to see this is if I compare the two. So you see all the matchup differences. So Ice Shard will be better against certain matchups here. That will flip, but look at all the matchups. Oh my gosh, Psywave Lapras beating Annihilate is crazy. And then what if we gave the Psywave Lapras Ice Beam instead for coverage? Would that make it even better? Would that be the better move here? 26-16. Absolutely. Psywave Ice Beam, Surf Lapras. Looking pretty nasty, dude. Looking pretty nasty. Oh my gosh. Lapras, I think, has a chance to be top meta here. Okay. Grumpig. Shout out to my guy, Boygos. He used to run Grumpig with, like, Zen Headbutt back in the day. Grumpig. I forget what charge attacks. So Grumpig will go from being, like, unusable. Oh, sorry, not Zen Headbutt. It's Extrasensory. I forgot about Extrasensory. So Grumpig will go from being, like, useless to decent. Decent. Yeah. Especially if you like a return one. That'd probably be better. Psywave, return, Shadow Ball. That could be kind of fun, honestly. Send me the video. Here we go. Furret learning Swift. Honestly, Stab Swift on Furret could be kind of interesting. You could run Sucker Punch. get to it pretty quickly. Also, quick attack, of course. Yeah, might not be bad. Linoon has Shadow Claw, like giving it a... Dude, Linoon, I'm like not even trolling here. I might be a little bit overselling this, but like Linoon, one thing that holds it back is it doesn't really have a good bait move. So suddenly you give it Shadow Claw, Swift, Grass Knot? Dude, that's pretty solid. It probably beats for Alligator. I mean, it already does beat for Alligator, it looks like. How much does a Hydro Cannon do? Only 45%. Shadow? Yeah. So, like, these are all so interesting, dude. It's gonna be cool to see how these pan out. Grumpig also getting Dynamic Punch. Dude, Grumpig, new meta. Drampa learning Chart Attack Swift. Drampa's a normal dragon, so that's pretty cool, Drampa. Dusknoir. I heard some people really hyping up Dusknoir learning the Chart Attack Dynamic Punch now, providing it with some nice coverage, because right now, Dusknoir just has, like, no coverage moves, right? Dusknoir. Dude, it's actually ranked pretty high with Astonish, but look, like, only ghost moves with a dark and a psychic, so, like, no matter what you run, you are walled against dark types until now. And remember, Hex got buffed with the energy generation, so now Hex, you can spam off Dynamic Punch. Maybe you're going to be flipping matchups against dark types with Dusknoir. Absolutely crazy. Lapras will learn the Charge Attack Sparkling Aura. That's going to be a new, or Aria, sorry. Hopefully I'm saying that right. That's a new one. Sableye getting Dazzling Gleam for coverage. I don't know if you prefer Dazzling Gleam over Power Gem still. I feel like Power Gem's a pretty solid move right now. Rebombi will learn Charm, okay. This is one people are excited about. Blastoise will now learn Rollout. Remember, Rollout is getting slightly nerfed, but it was so good, like, the 1 damage nerf, I don't think is that huge of a deal. So, like, let's see if we can compare Rollout to something. Because right now, if we go to Fast Attacks, Energy Gain, Rollout, 8 damage for 13 energy, it's going down to 7. So, like, it's still really good. It's still better than Bullet Seed, better than Geomancy, better than Snarl. So, like, it's still really good. It's just not as busted. So, Rollout Blastoise, Rollout Hydro Cannon Ice Beam. Man, that could be interesting. Let's just have some fun here. Let's go back to our little Matrix simulator. Look at, like, Blastoise with Water Gun versus Blastoise with custom Rollout against the... Let's do the Great League meta. Okay, not like in... Well, actually, it is a pretty crazy difference. Because even though it's only 23 and 16 versus 21 and 18, look at how different that average battle rating is. That means the battles you're losing are probably a lot closer, and the battles you're winning are more dominant. Look at that. That's a crazy difference in average battle rating. What if we gave it Skull Bash? Does that change anything? Makes it slightly better. And look at all the matchups you're picking up. Azu, B-Barrel, Dugong, Dunsparce, Gator. Wow. I guess without Ice Beam. If we had Ice Beam, we'd probably be winning this. And ironically, Shadow Marowak, you're actually losing to Shadow Marowak because the rollouts are resisted, I guess. That's kind of crazy. Wait, how does that even happen? Oh, I guess it's because Marowak can live 1 Hydro Cannon. Oh, that makes sense. Marowak can live 1 Hydro Cannon because the rollouts are doing nothing. Well, that's crazy, yeah. So Marowak lives the Hydro Cannon with 2 HP. So it's not like it beats you. It kind of beats you, if you know what I mean. Here we go. Weezing. Kanto Weezing learning rollout. Wailmer, Wailord. So Pokemon that have, like, not been meta relevant at all, now going to be learning rollout. Credilli will be learning the new buffed Rock Tomb. Credilli already has Rock Slide Stone Edge, so I guess now you'd probably run, like, Rock Tomb Grass Knot would be the preferred move set. Swampert learning Sludge. Now Swampert's going to have a cheap Poison Fast Attack to help it against grass types. I don't know how much that'll really help Swampert, personally, because I feel like having a hard-hitting charge attack like Sludge Wave can be really helpful to like, one-shot poison types, because if you're against like a superior, right? What's really going to be the use of hitting it with like sludges that do, I don't know, like less than half probably. So I don't know how big of a deal sludge on Swampert really is, but maybe I'm wrong. Swalot will now learn the charge attack sludge. That's kind of cool for Swalot though, because Swalot only has big charge attack, so giving it a cheap bait move is kind of nice. Now you can actually bait with Sludge versus Sludge Bomb and then have like Ice Beam for some coverage. You're still kind of walled by Steel types though. Dragalge learning Sludge Bomb is interesting. Aqua Tail Sludge Bomb could be kind of fun for Dragalge. I've always been a Dragalge fan. This one I thought was pretty underrated. Roserade with Poison Sting. The spam of Poison Sting, Fire Weather Ball. That's 4 Poison Stings for every Weather Ball. That's so fast. So I think this is actually huge for Roserade. I don't know how meta it'll be, but it'll certainly be a fun Pokemon, I think, in the Go Battle League. Could be super dangerous if you save shields for it. Furret learning Trailblaze, okay. I mean, Sucker Punch plus Trailblaze seems like an interesting combo. You can buff that Sucker Punch damage. Linoon Trailblaze as well. Florges Trailblaze as well, okay. Some coverage, because Florges only knows fairy attacks right now, right? So you give Florges a little bit of coverage. Suddenly, Florges probably like beats Azumarill. So right now, Florges loses to Azumarill in the ones. Let's say we give it Trailblaze instead of Disarming Voice. Suddenly you beat Azu and all even shields. And I know I'm moving kind of fast here, but there's just so many. I feel like going with a fast pace here is probably for the best. Mighty Eno will learn Sucker Punch. Belly Bolt will learn Sucker Punch. And Bombardier will learn Sucker Punch. So, lots of interesting attacks. Bombardier. I don't even know Bombardier's moves, if I'm being honest. What is it? Sucker Punch. Okay. Paired with Fly Payback. It becomes kind of like a Galarian Moltres, I guess. But this thing is pretty glassy, I would presume, right? So, what if we put it against Gator? But we gave it custom Sucker Punch. Looks like we still lose. What if we gave it... We win the 2s, though, handedly. What if we look at the Matrix instead? Because that seems like interesting. It seems pretty similar to Galarian Moltres. 1742 stat products compared to Moltres. Moltres is definitely bulkier, though, so definitely glassier. Custom Sucker Punch against the Play Pokemon meta. Quick Sim. All right, still not great. 16 and 26. Not a great record, but it's like worth looking and experimenting with these things, and that's going to be fun over the next week or so to look over, experiment, have some fun with all these changes. What are the biggest winners, in my opinion? Biggest winners, I think you got to start with Lapras. I think Psywave Lapras instantly becomes top meta. Going to be very high in the rankings. Sableye with the foul play change, more so than this Dazzling Gleam change, I think is going to be a big change. Blastoise, big winner. And then you have, I think, Roserade, kind of a sleeper pick here. Maybe more of a Go Battle League Mon, but Roserade definitely a fun Mon with Poison Sting now. And things like Grumpig, I don't know how relevant they'll be, but they go from being completely irrelevant to actually like somewhat relevant now. Dusknoir is going to be another fun one, actually getting its first coverage attack. So this is a really cool and exciting move update. These Piloswine and Mamoswine with Spear as well is kind of cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. There's a little graphic. Oh no, that's my number 1 leaderboard. Sorry. I didn't mean to flex. I had a graphic somewhere. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. It's going to be super big for a sec, and I'll make it smaller. But I saw this on social media and just kind of pulled it. Yeah, Shout out to the person that made this graphic, G47, and it's like a quick little overview of all the changes and stuff that are happening. And of course, we'll get more clarification on the energy costs and everything once the season comes out. We'll probably get that confirmation. But that's basically my initial thoughts and reactions to everything that's going to be changing here in the season of Might and Mastery. Very cool. Very good stuff. If you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.